Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, Tristan.
Hello, Matt.
It's been a while.
Ah, I see. Yes, and we have returned to the fields of battle, as if a tournament were taking place.
No, I think it's just, all right, so obviously, we started this. We didn't start off with the, hey, guys, this is the... We didn't do that because of the fact that it's really been a while. Like, I have felt really bad. I've gotten better enough that, we've continued on, or I think we even started. Because I wasn't feeling good, and then when I started feeling better, we started Keikaku Corner. Then, although it's funny because the laptop I have, the new laptop, apparently it's not feeling well because it's having problems with Keikaku Corner and other things that we're filming, other Dragon Ball Z related stuff. But thankfully, the day that this comes out, we actually just started Infinite World up again. So those guys play Infinite World on our Those Guys Play channel, our YouTube channel. And I'm just like, so I feel like everything's kind of getting back on track, sort of, right? Because like I don't have vertigo anymore. Tristan, you've just been around, so thank you for not dying. Like, because like I haven't been feeling well, and I'm just like, oh, the best thing that would happen right now that would make everything just work if like Tristan just tripped and just slammed his head into like, yes, you basically died the death that Master Roshi should have died, just tripping and falling somewhere. He's very old.
God. Well,
no, he's so old that like if he died, it's interesting. That's a rumor.
At least in the idea. Well, I think it's the idea that he can't die of old age, so he can still be killed. But
yes, no, but I thought it was a rumor about the Immortal Phoenix. I don't think he actually mentioned it in the early manga.
I'm pretty sure he did.
I thought he did too, but I don't believe he did though. Like, I thought he said, hey, I know the Phoenix. Hey, let me... Yeah, right? But anyway, the point is that here we are, guys, if you don't know from the episode title, depending on our episode title, depending on where you're watching this, we're doing episodes 102 to 106 of Dragon Ball Super, because those are the only ones that are airing that have aired as of this podcast. So we're talking about those because, we waited a little bit like we always do, but then also, again, I started not feeling well, so, like, the wait was added on, I think, like another week. So that's why we're doing these 5. And, instead of like 4. But I think that the tournament is, I'm going to say it's getting better. And I feel like I say that every single podcast and then proceed to shit on it. But I'm being very honest here, I think it's getting better because I feel like, and it's probably just because it's a batch, so it's not like we're watching them week to week and commenting on it, but I feel like every time I make some kind of comment about the tournament acknowledges, like the writers acknowledge my comments. Not like they're listening or anything, but like they actually sit there. Because I'm pretty sure the last 2 podcasts that we've talked about the tournament, you and I have discussed how awkward it is to have one fight going on. Yes, of course, they focus on one fight, duh. But because so much is going on in the background, you kind of sit back and go, what are other people doing? So I like that in episodes 105 and 106, they were really trying to focus on what other people were doing and trying to bring them together. Now, of course, there's still a huge chunk of people that you are like, okay, where the fuck is Hit? Where the fuck is Kaba? Why is Roshi able to chill out somewhere? No, like literally, like as much as I love Tien's sacrifice, why is Roshi able to just be picked up like that and not be like, I'm just going to jump off? Like, let's be real here. I'm in a lot of, like, obviously it would have been bad to have 2 eliminations in a row, but I would argue that, like, if Tien's there, the last person that should have jumped and, like, held the guy down was Roshi.
Yeah, that would have made more sense to me, too.
Yeah, like,
I'm not going to lie, Tien got the shaft. That's just what that is.
I do think, though, that he's been able to look okay, but I think that both he and Krillin, it's very interesting, though, because I feel like he and Krillin, you are correct, both got played. Like, they got, not that they didn't have their moments to shine. They had their moments to shine, but it felt like they were given those moments. Yes. Well, like 1.5.
And then were immediately written off.
Which is strange because arguably Roshi got that as well. You thought he was, but apparently,
But
I mean, look, it seems like
one.
it seems like next episode he's going to get like thrown away. I hate to say it, but like it feels like he's going to get thrown away or from the looks of it, because it's not a spoiler, because it's, you know, I don't know, we're speculating off of what we've seen from like a preview. So it's just speculation. It's probably not going to be a thing. I don't know. It seems like Frost is going to use him as a bargaining chip. Like, I'm going to kill him unless you do this for me. That's what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
So I do wonder if that's why they kept Roshi around, but they didn't want to keep too many people around, so they were like, sorry, Tien.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not, you know, it's not like I'm mad that Roshi got a shining moment. I thought that was great. That was really cool.
Roshi took down 3 motherfuckers.
I know, right? That's awesome. But why couldn't you have... They could have easily done that for Tien and Krillin, too. I don't see why they couldn't have done that.
I don't think Krillin. You can't do it for all 3. You have to like pick at least one that doesn't get that shining 3 people moment, because they need fodder. Well, and apparently that universe had fodder.
I mean, I guess, but
no. I'm not saying that.
Bothers me.
No. Here's the thing, right? I would argue, as much as I like Tien, I would argue that Krillin got it worse than Tien because of how they shit on him during and after what he did. Where, like, Tien fought against 2 villains that were really tough.
I mean, they didn't seem that I'm going to disagree with that. They didn't even really seem that tough. It was 2 guys that had to team up to actually make their powers threatening. And then the one guy that Tien beats, he's like, oh, you know, you were a good opponent. It's like, you let your guard down. I'm going to blow up I'm going to blow up the arena beneath us, and we're both going to fall.
Well, because he's not energy-based, I think, or at least if it's energy-based, it's based through that ray. So, like, it was I can't even shoot you anymore because I can't freaking pick up my hands. And it's like, well, of course you can't shoot me anymore. It's like, I have a ring to shoot. And it's like, I did not think about that, but no one did. Did you think he was going to shoot the ring? Like, I didn't even think you could break the ring.
From his position, that was a smart move. And they even say, like, oh, Tien, you let your guard down.
No, but I'm saying that, like, it's not like, okay, I get mad, and so do you. You more so than I. We get mad when people let their guard down, when we can easily see, as the viewer, not as experienced fighters, as the viewer, guys, come on. You really let your guard down. Yes.
Sorry.
Did you just? Yeah, I think you just hacked up a Goku, or hacked up.
Yeah, sorry. A little bit of a sore throat. It's trying to take me down, Matt.
It's okay, man. It's okay. But yeah, so that's but all jokes aside, right? I agree with that 100%. That's what I was getting at. Where with Tien, like, I can't sit there and be mad at a guy when I was like, I didn't think that you could break the ring. I mean, it makes sense because of how much damage it's had, but yeah, I didn't think you could break the ring. So fuck. Also, the fact that, there's like 4 clones of Tien, so it was kind of like, I mean, it would have been funnier and honestly a lot cooler if Tien jumped off of one of his clones to stay in.
Yeah.
But arguably you need 3 of them to hold this guy down. Because what if he used the ray to shoot and then propel himself back up? Yeah. So you needed to hold him down. I'm just trying to say that, like, Krillin got it worse. Because, like, no one looked at Tien. They were like, you really let your guard down, stupid. No, literally you fucking have, you have Beerus be like, you have my respect. You heard that, Krillin? That one has my respect. Like, to me, I feel like Krillin got it worse. Like, everyone was like, wow, Krillin. Huh.
I just feel like everyone, like, I know they're not the strongest, and I know the focus is obviously on Goku and Vegeta and the other newer characters that we brought into the series, but I feel like at least everybody should have gotten one. Like one episode, or at least half an episode, at least half of the episode, just to focus on their fight and to see them do something cool. They've all been training for this moment. They're all legit warriors. I just wish they'd gotten a little bit more than what they got.
I'll give you that. I mean, they technically all got their moments. It's just we wanted more. Just a little bit more. But they all got their moments. You can't say that they all look like chumps. Like, Tien was able to use his clones and bring that power back. Wait a minute. So you're telling me that Tien taking the guy down makes him look like a chump?
No, but...
You have to understand, dude. Like, I'm comparing this to Krillin, where everyone looked at him, pointed and laughed, and was like, you fucking idiot. Everyone's looking at Tien oh, Captain, my Captain.
Yeah, which, I mean, at least for me, doesn't feel like you didn't see him take anybody else out, and arguably he probably did, like, behind the scenes when we weren't watching them.
No, I'm not saying he shouldn't have gotten more. I'm just saying that, like, to say that he looked like a chump is like as if he just stumbled. Like, he wasn't like Monaka.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he did, or like I feel like if we included Hercule, that would be complete. Like he trips, accidentally headbutts a dude's groin, and he falls off or something.
Right. Yeah.
Like that's some shit. Where like with Tien, I feel like out of all three, because I know Roshi's going to get eliminated next. Out of all three, Tien's in the middle, slightly beating out Krillin. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not saying that it's good. I'm not saying that he got the best treatment. But when you get pointed at and everyone's laughing at you, I argue that's worse than everyone going, "You're amazing, Tien. Your sacrifice was just, oh my God." Also, I feel weird about Roshi. Like, I knew he wasn't going to die, but, like, at the same time, I still feel weird that, I mean, I guess they're really just keeping him around for plot, because there's really no reason why Roshi should have been. That's my only problem with the tournament thus far. The only problem that they still haven't really necessarily addressed. People can get really, really hurt, and other people are like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Right.
Just, I mean, yes, of course, Goku's carrying Roshi. What the fuck you gonna do? Like, literally, take the first punch. Who's gonna take the first punch?
Yeah.
Because it's Goku of all people. But I feel like, you know, Roshi, like, it's just really weird that, like, Goku's able to just, like, pick him up, walk away, and everyone's just like, yeah, it's legitimate. Same thing with Caulifla and Friend.
Yeah. Caulifla and Kale. Or
Kale,
kind of just hiding. Well, that's the thing. Like, they hide out in the rubble that's been created, and, like, hopefully no one finds us until we can get our second win back.
Yeah. It's interesting. I argue Hit is protecting all of them. Because he did a couple times.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, yeah, that's true. He did actually, like, legit help them out. Because I was trying to think, I'm like, maybe he's just doing it, like, nonchalantly. Like, oh, I'm not actually helping you. I was just taking them out for me. But, no, you're right. The first time, he's like, yeah, I totally took that guy out to save you guys.
Yeah. But what I was going to say, though, is the only thing that I don't like about the two in 106, like the duo, okay, here's the thing, right? I like that their powers are different. The problem is that they should have been eliminated immediately. Them being around doesn't make any sense. The reason why is because...
How they've lasted that long? Or?
Yes. Because their tactics only make sense when the environment looks like that.
True.
It doesn't work if you can see them. A sniper doesn't work when everything's on the level playing field. So arguably, I don't remember who's from their universe, but arguably someone had to protect them or something for long enough that everything got fucked up due to Kale.
Universe 2. Yeah.
Oh, they're from Universe 2? Oh, okay, yes, and they had like the lovely princess warriors and the knights.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So, like, that's what they had going on. Okay, fair enough. Then, like, that, I guess that makes sense. My God, just Roshi, am I going to eliminate everyone from your universe? When Roshi said that, I was like, oh, damn. I didn't realize. No, yeah, I looked at that, and I was just like, that kind of... Oh my God! Like I feel like that phrase like made Frieza blush. Like, oh, stop it! I don't even have my face on right now. I didn't realize we'd be Like literally, I mean that is a sentiment like that is very harsh. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
Like going to have to eliminate your entire universe.
I mean,
like,
oh God, right.
I know he didn't mean it like that.
Erased
but
at
like
the end of it. Oh.
I don't know. He didn't mean it like that. He meant like the the participants. But like, still like, oh though, like because
when you think of it that way, that would make Frieza blush.
Actually, yeah, that's true. But no, but I just the one thing that I have to say though, speaking of Roshi, speaking very nicely about him, I think that with Roshi and even with the magical warriors, basically the the Sailor Moon / Precure, parodies, I don't like what they like. I don't know, like I'm always against the way they portray Roshi because like I feel like in the manga he really calmed down over time. And, everyone who's listened to the show, like our show for a long time, they know that, I always talk about the fact that it feels like the anime just upped him to like 100 when the manga brought him down from like a 10 to like a 7.
Right.
So it's just really weird that like this being canon, at least arguably canon. I mean, I don't know, like you've told me the super manga is a little bit different. So arguably super manga might actually be canon to the manga more so than the series. But still, the way they, bring him up to like 100, like, yeah, the poor shit really got me a little awkward, and we talked about that a while ago. And now we get back to this, and like, it's not like he can't bring up the training necessarily, and it's not like he can say, oh yes, I am in a. Because I actually laugh really hard when he's just like, do you understand what kind of state that I'm in? I'm like, oh my God, he's Super Saiyan. But
all this energy that I've pent up and I'm just using to my advantage now. All the energy that would have been wasted. Oh God, stop.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like he would just grow hair automatically.
Yeah, right.
Like it would be like this. You would hear the Super Saiyan 3 transformation music.
Oh, jeez.
Dun,
it's
dun,
just Roshi
dun,
screaming
dun, dun,
at the top of his lungs.
Ah!
For as long as Goku did. That's what kills Roshi.
Super Muten Roshi. But no, but like my only problem is the line, and it's translated there, so it's legit, right? It's 1-to-1. It's that. You can't don't hold me responsible for what happens to you, and then squeezes his hands. I'm like, I have to root for this guy. Like, why? Why do I have to root for that guy? Because up until that point, I was like, this is poor phrasing, and it's not just the phrasing, the gesturing. And then, of course, it's funny because anyone that's like, he didn't mean it like that, she literally ran off and did this is the funny joke stereotype of like, you're going to make me impure for marriage. Like, that's a standard, Japanese joke at this point. Because it's literally become a joke, so it's not like it's meant to be taken seriously. She's obviously, the joke is like, same thing with when you follow Christianity in the U.S., where it's like, oh no, impure before marriage, I have to save myself for marriage. Similar view in Japan, right? At least from a traditional standpoint. Not saying that actually happens, but that's the quote unquote tradition. So her making that joke is funny because it's like, wow, really, and 2, wow, really, because she literally was saying, I am the best at seduction. Yeah. And he's just like, so I'm a touch you. And she's like, no, impure. So it's actually really funny in that regard. In that regard, it's hilarious. Not the fact that he was like, you can't hold me responsible. I'm like, oh, fucking God.
Yeah.
So that right there, I was like, this is dumb.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah, exactly. Like, nope, that's not. Yeah, just nope, right? But I would argue the idea of you're going to make me impure while your tactic is literally seduction is kind of hilarious. Like, so that was pure?
Right.
Also, I feel like Elder Kai, despite him always being a creep, really got brought up to 100, and that was awkward. Where he's literally screaming, take more off.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he would say something like, I'm good with you right now, or something weird. Like I'm not saying he isn't a perv, but, that was so high up there. I was like, really, guys? Like,
And just Supreme Kai is just like, will you calm the fuck down? Like, you're embarrassing me in front of all the other universes, damn it.
That's what's really funny. Like, that's something that I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, so that was a little awkward. But, and by little awkward, I mean fucking very.
A lot.
And it's just very, well, because, like, you know what it is, man? I know it's just, like, 2 characters out of an entire, like, show and an entire cast. But, like, I you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to get people into Super. Hell, I'd want to show my kids Super one day. I don't have kids right now. I'm hoping. But my point is that I don't, like, I'm hoping. I just, I don't have, I don't have kids right now, but, like, I will one day, most likely, maybe, I don't know. But I want to show them Super, and that would just be really fucking awkward. Now, I know some people might say, yeah, but Roshi did other weird stuff in the anime, too. Yeah, but, like, some of them are fillers. You can actually just skip them and, like, if you're trying to, watch Dragon Ball Z Kai or Dragon Ball Kai.
Right.
But when it comes to, because, like, the 18 stuff was filler, the really bad 18 shit.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, that was filler. So, you can skip through that. But this is canon. Like, this isn't filler. So, like, it's just really fucking awkward.
Granted, Dragon Ball might still be a problem for you.
Oh, Dragon Ball be a huge fucking problem. My kids are like, wasn't there a prequel? It was called Dragon Ball Evolution. Oh, Uncle Tristan says never to see that. Exactly.
All right, you used it. No, you just keep going. I saw red there for a second, nothing else.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Should we watch Dragon Ball GT? No, Uncle Tristan will come down the chimney and yell at us. No, you're thinking of Santa. It's like my kids are like, well, they both wear red and are jolly.
That's what you call joy, then.
But no, but seriously, right? Like joy. But anyway, so I just, let's move away from Roshi. Let's move away from Elder Kai. And let's talk about, because I was saying things that felt awkward, right? So let's stick to awkward for a little bit before we move on to good things.
The only thing I wanted to say, like, last thing about Roshi's episode is just 2 things. The title, and then the moment he has with Goku and Krillin.
I don't think the title was misleading.
You're right. It never says anything about his death. It just says sacrifice.
Fucking Goku and Hit, man.
But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the vibe I got. I'm like, okay, you didn't specifically say in the title like Roshi's dead, but like when you say desperate battle, Roshi's sacrifice, you're painting a picture in my head. And it's like, A, you can't kill anyone in this tournament. B, I mean, okay, so we already said that Roshi is like, he can't die of old age, but he can be killed, so he's not really immortal, or in the way that you would think of immortality.
Yeah. You can kill people, it's just the person would be disqualified.
True. Well, so that's true, yeah.
Yeah.
So if we get like one of the evil characters, like if we get Frost or something.
Arguably.
That's true. Arguably,
I mean, I don't think Frost would actually kill like anyone, but I think he would definitely bargain.
Right. Because I feel like even he would be like, no, that's going to get me wrung out, and I don't want that. So
I have to kill a few. Like, I can't just kill one.
If I'm going to do this, I have to take out a few with me.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Right, I have to,
I mean, Frieza, too. But, yeah.
That'd be really funny.
And the other thing, I did really love, like, that's the thing, even though I hated that whole idea for the episode title and all, but, like, I did love Roshi's, like, little speech as he bulks up and goes for that Kamehameha wave. When he says to his students, he says to Goku and Krillin, like, you two have surpassed all of my expectations, and, like, don't worry about me, keep fighting on, and, like, live your lives well and all that. And I enjoyed it. I did. I thought it was moving. I liked it. And then when he falls over, it got me. It got me. I'm like, you're not dead, motherfucker, but goddamn it, you still got me.
What really got me was Goku, because it's just like, you're fighting me, and he's just like, do you fucking understand how quickly I could take you out if I wanted to?
He just goes blue and the guy evaporates.
The hold on him evaporates. He still exists.
Right, no, I know.
But the hold on him evaporates, and then just immediate instant transmission. Like, it goes to show you how, even if Goku's taking hits and it hurts, it's a lot easier to take those hits now rather than to just be blue or red the entire fight.
Right.
Especially
and the fact that, like,
Blue Kaioken. You know, like, any of those. No, I was thinking, any of those, it's like, you got to save those for Jiren or for Hit.
Yeah. It's like, your body's going to get ripped apart.
Yeah, so it's like, you really have to save that. So for right now, yeah, sure, you're getting beaten up by a blue guy, but it's a lot less. Like, it's funny because, like, in non-anime logic, it's like, no, that still hurts you. But, like, in anime logic, when he's on a fucking another level, it's like, it hurts, but again, compared to him being at that level, he's just going to be, it's sprinting. He's just going to sprint himself out, and then Hit and Jiren are going to, like, punch him in the face at the same time.
Right, yeah. Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just going to be some shit where, like, it's funny because, like, in the real world, at least in terms of fighting, yes, stamina matters, but if you're getting punched in the face, you're still getting punched in the face. So it's obviously, you know, I think for people, you know, there's that disconnect there. We're like, but that's not real. It's like, yes, gods in that way are not real. Man becoming God, man becoming Kaioken God, blue, red, azul. Like, no, none of that's real. But anyway,
and the fact that, Roshi basically says, you know, it's like, you taught me to go past my limits, and that even a man at my age, like, there is no limit unless I set it for myself. And
which, I mean, it makes sense for Roshi. That's the interesting thing. Like, it makes a lot of sense for Roshi because, like, you know, and I think this tournament, the reason why I still hold that, like, someone like Tien, I mean, Krillin, but like someone like Tien doesn't look that bad compared to what could have happened, which is like, you know, second episode, third episode ring out. Because think about it too, by the way, it's their first episode, sadly, that we've seen focused on them, but they've been in the tournament for, I mean, it's funny, only 10 minutes, but like, I don't know how many fucking minutes, but in terms of like us watching it, they've been in for a while. My point though is that, like, I'm very happy that people like Roshi and Tien, and even Krillin, arguably, in some respects, are able to bring out techniques. Oh, like 17, for instance, bringing out the energy.
Energy field.
Which is funny. We just talked about that. I don't think it's going to be an episode that's going to be out by today, but we talked about it in a recent episode of Infinite World. Like, Cell has the energy field. Yes, because 17 had it. Right. Watch is super. 17 has the energy field. But but jumping just to Roshi for a little bit, because I was going to talk about the negative of the way they portrayed the magical girls. But talking about Roshi just briefly. I thought that the whole, you know, his limits, because I was talking about just the negative things before jumping into it, but now that we're here, the limits, you know, in some ways it's kind of awkward where it's just like, yes, he doesn't have limits, but like that dude apparently is super strong to the point where he can punch Roshi through things, so that's a little awkward. But I have to be honest though, him noticing patterns and shit like that, it's something that any trained fighter should be able to, you know, as long as you're not fighting like Majin Buu.
Yeah. And I mean, that's supposed to be the idea. It's like Roshi may be like, quote unquote, past his prime, but he's still a master. It's like, I've been doing this shit a lot longer than you, kid. It's like, you got power, and that's great. But if you don't focus it and like pay attention to what you're doing, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah, because arguably, a young Roshi, not like super young, but like 40 years younger, might not have been able to. He might have been stronger, but he wouldn't have been able to
as wise.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been as wise. You look at someone like Hercule, and it's the exact opposite, funnily enough. In his prime, I would argue he was better.
Right.
Because he stopped giving a shit after the fame and fortune.
Right.
So I would want a younger Hercule.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be interesting. Oh,
like I would want a younger Hercule, but when I look at Roshi, I want a current day Roshi.
Yeah. And speaking of like bringing out techniques, I love the fact that Roshi brought out the hypnotizing, the sleep spell.
Right. He did it on Goku, didn't he?
Yeah, that was back in Dragon Ball in the tournament.
Because I knew that he did it once before. I just forgot on who.
Right.
Yeah. Because obviously everyone knows about the Mafu Ba, the evil containment wave. Like everyone knows about the Mafu Ba.
That out too. That was cool.
Yeah. I love.
But that's what that was a big point that made me sad about Tien, because Tien had a lot of techniques.
But I feel like
most of
his techniques kill him.
That's
like
only
anything.
The
super tri-beam cannon or super Kikyo.
Right. Yeah,
but
exactly.
But I know, but
the rest of his attacks, I mean, that he used against Goku in the tournament, I mean, you could argue, like, either their assassination, techniques kind of like hit. It's like, I can't use those, it'll kill somebody, like the Dodonpa and stuff like that. I guess you could argue that. But, then I guess some of his other techniques are, like, not usable in the sense that they won't, well, no, because I guess they just haven't carried on well. Like, at least with the clones, it's still like, I can...
Well, yeah. Here's the thing, right? The clones haven't been used in a while, but the clones are, I think, the only thing that would be smart to pull out here, because everything else is like Dodonpa. It's like, so then one little tiny energy beam, or the volleyball one, and it's like, okay, but
right.
Like,
I mean, he had machine gun fist too as well, but that's just punching really fast at this point.
Yes, exactly. So like, I feel like he doesn't have anything. The volleyball one actually could have worked if he had someone working with him. That's a funny thing too. Volleyball, I'm pretty sure he would be working with someone, depending, but I think depending on the game, you would show him working with another person to do the volleyball attack. But I just feel like the moveset that he has, they're not bad. It's just like in this tournament, the best one were clones, because it's like, great, I have clones to shield me, and then worst case scenario, they pull you to your grave. So overall, I know he had other techniques, but like arguably just like with Krillin, where like Krillin's like, I use solar flare. Fucker can't see, Krillin.
Yeah. And it's funny because originally that's Tien's technique.
I know.
Or it's like everyone forgets about that. Even I was reminded of that just recently by a friend of mine.
You know what also was Tien's technique? Flying.
What?
Fucking posers.
Oh, God.
He's the first one that could fly a hover.
True.
But still, it's the crane technique. Yeah. We owe it all to an asshole.
Oh, God.
We do. We owe all of the flying to one asshole. Suru Senin? Right? Was that the one I'm thinking of?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I can picture him in my head, but I don't remember.
Yeah, Tao Pai brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
But which I'm pretty sure that was that was canon. It wasn't just filler. It was legit canon. Like, yeah, he's my brother. It was like, oh, that douchebag. Wow, runs in the fucking family. But right? But yeah, no. So I look at Tien, and like, as much as I like him, I don't think any of his techniques, because that's another thing too, like, you can't have him pull off I'm going to give up my life energy right after Roshi did it last episode.
Yeah.
Like, after a while, it just becomes too much, in a sense.
Right.
Like, it sucks, but like, you have to like if you're trying to balance everything correctly, like, you end up balancing it in a way where it's like, oh, if you have them both sacrifice, like hardcore, or you have them both get eliminated, then it's too close to each other. Like, not saying I like it, but it would have been awkward if like one episode we lost Roshi, the next one we lost Tien.
I mean, we're kind of getting down there with people in the tournament, so I'm not going to say it wouldn't make sense.
We are getting there, but I think it might be I don't know how it's going to happen. That's what's interesting. Like, we're getting there. What I do like, though, is that we are getting a lot more eliminations from other enemy teams rather quickly. Like, I was a little nervous. Like, are we getting only, like, one per episode? But, like, Roshi took out 3, and I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know, Roshi takes out 3, and then 17 took out 1. But still, it was that was a hard-fought battle. Before we get to that, though, just to mention the Magical Girls briefly, the reason why I was saying earlier that they annoyed me, not because they're Magical Girls, because I think that's a fun parody of, you know, Sailor Moon, Precure, stuff like that. My problem isn't even the transformation itself, because it's like, arguably it is both a parody of the idea that they're going to look small and dainty, or that they're going to have, like, different, you know, just like schoolgirl outfits or other kinds of clothing on, right? Like, really, like, they started out with the clothing that looked transformation worthy, the stylish, chic, whatever you want to, you know, refer to it as. And then when they transform into other, you know, types of beings, other looking beings, I have no problem with a joke about the fact that, oh, this isn't what we expected, because I did not expect them to look like that after their transformation. My only problem, and again, this is very just like with the Roshi and the Elder Kai, when it's done so much, it's just kind of like, okay, I don't know how do I show this to my kids? How do I show this to new people? Now, I know someone new shouldn't be starting with Super. That's pretty obvious. But, like, it's just really, really hard, and I know it's probably a cultural difference in some way or another, although there are feminists in Japan, to be fair, so it's not like we should sit there and be like, feminists don't exist in Japan. But just the idea that, like, you'd have Krillin. That's the thing, too, by the way. If Elder Kai said it or Roshi said it, I get it. But Krillin, for some reason, going, you know, I thought she looked better before the transformation. It's like, who fucking asked you, Krillin? Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Like, that's the reason why I felt a little weird, because, like, I'm not saying you can't make a joke like, oh, that is not what I expected. Like, even though Bulma called Zarbon ugly, right, the point is that we did not expect a transformation like that. Also, to be fair, Zarbon actually was ugly. Like, he didn't just get heavy. He literally grew demonic.
Yeah.
Like, when he transformed, right? Where in this case, it's not like they animated her to look like she was, you know, like they didn't give her, like, fangs or, like, give her scars or anything, like, crazy to be like, oh, God, this is a menace, right? No, they just made her happy, bubbly self. She was just heavy. The only thing that you could argue, I would argue, that would be ugly about her was what she wore. Wasn't a big fan of, like, the bloomers and, like, I wasn't a big fan of the outfit. Post-transformation. Okay. But other than that, I feel like it's kind of like, you know, like both aren't ugly. Like, neither one is ugly, right? It's not ugly look like she originally did. It's not ugly look like she did now, or one is better than the other. Like, it's all subjective, which is why it's kind of silly to have the show just straight up be like, oh, man, especially from a character like Krillin. Because other characters I think I get. And I know, here's the thing too, right? Krillin used to be like Roshi when he was like a kid. But that's changed over time. Hell, Krillin has a kid of his own.
Right.
So, like, you would think it'd be like, Krillin, do you want people calling your daughter ugly if she gets heavier? Or that she doesn't look as good as she, like, fuck you, you idiot. So, like, I felt really weird. And I know, like, I shouldn't be looking into it that much. But I still do because, like, again, if I have a kid, I have a daughter or a son, I want to let them know, like, okay, yeah, Roshi, don't listen to that one, and don't listen to that Elder Kai. But isn't he like a god? Don't listen to God. No, wait, no, fuck.
Beerus just appears in your room like, what was that?
Oh, my God. Literally, they're like, Daddy, that's Anubis. Okay, wait, who the fuck taught you that? Like, wait, but remember that bad Yu-Gi-Oh movie we watched? Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, no.
But anyway, seriously, though, I don't know, like, I just feel really weird. Like, I'm okay. I have problems with Roshi and Kai, Elder Kai, but I'm okay with pointing at them only. But it's like Krillin's grown and changed, man. Like, that's like, why'd you have to give him that line? I know you might think, oh, we have to give him a line in the episode, but you could have just had him say, well, I did not expect that.
Right.
And that's just as funny, in my opinion.
Yeah.
because it's simple and it's obvious. It's just like,
right.
You know, I didn't see that one coming. Expected something a little bit different. Not bad,
but not
different. Yeah,
right. But not being negative about it.
Yeah, super negative. Like, oh yeah, she was totally better before. It's just like, she kind of looked really young before, you fucking creep. Like, I don't want to get into that conversation, but like it's just a little awkward that, you know, it's like she gets. Now, granted, someone could be like, well, I don't like that she's green. All right, if that was the only change. Like another one of her friends, I think she didn't really have much of a physical change, like mass-wise. Like, it was just like, oh, I'm a bird now. And I was like, whatever, fuck it, whatever.
Right.
Like, I'm a bird now. Cool, you can fly. Sure. So, like, you know, they changed, and you could be like, oh, I don't like that change. But, like, when her change isn't just because she's green, she's also very, very heavy. And it's like, she looked better before. It's like, gee, I wonder why, asshat. But when it comes to, like, them as characters, I'm happy that they exist, right, the Magical Girls. I'm happy the way they transformed, because in my head I'm like, oh, it shows that you don't have to be super duper duper skinny to be a magical girl, right? Like, that was my thought. I was like, yay, that's pretty cool. And of course they're going to, you know, and it's funny for anyone that's like, you're fighting for feminism. It's just like, guys, they're going to die, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm not, like, remember that. At the end of the day, I'm not sitting here like, and they should win the tournament. No, I fully accept that they will die along with an entire universe of magical people. I accept that. I'm just saying that I don't know if we should be rude to them while killing them in their universe. Don't know if we should be rude. That's all I'm saying. Feel like we should at least be nice about it.
Right.
But yeah, this is my point. Also, if I have no problem with their universe's version of a yard rat being a prince or being a knight, because again, the joke is you would not expect a knight to look like that, because you were thinking knight like, you know, the standard knight in shining armor that.
Well, no,
you know,
I was
like,
just laughing at it in the sense of the way they kind of said it. It's like, oh, but with maidens come their knights, and then the yard rat guy just pops in like, I'm getting you guys out of here. Whoop! I thought it was going to be like, he comes in and he punches, the other guy and, whoever's attacking them in the face and like, have no fear, I'm here to save you, that kind of thing, the entrance or whatever. But it's like, no, I'm going to do the smart thing and teleport the fuck out of here.
I love it. Now I'm out. Damn you.
Yeah.
The one thing
that was my line of, well, I didn't expect that.
Right? Yeah, no, that's funny, right? The problem is that, getting back to, my shitty soapbox, is that, like, they seem like without the knights, they were like, we're super fucking powerful. Like, they were like, yeah we're going to kick your ass. Second that a knight appears, oh, Knight Sama. And I'm like, what the fuck, what? Like, you're a lot stronger than him.
Yeah.
Like, he has the technique, but that's literally all he has going. Like, if
we
you
don't
were eliminated,
know that yet, but
I'm sorry. If the maidens, quote unquote, were eliminated, I don't think he'd be able to do anything other than instant transmission himself away from danger.
Fair enough.
Like,
although I will say I'm happy that we do have a canon example of, oh yeah, that's Yardrat. That's I mean their universe is Yardrat, but it's a thing.
Yeah. I mean, we had canon Yardrats. I just don't know if we saw them in the manga. We saw them in the anime via filler, but I don't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we didn't see them in the manga.
No, I'm pretty sure we didn't either.
No, but yes. So I really enjoyed. I'm not saying that you can't have a Yardrat as a knight. I'm not saying you can't have knights and maidens.
Oh yeah.
It's just really weird that it's really weird that they seem like they could fight on their own, and then the knight comes and he's not like he's fighting, right? He's just technique.
Right.
But then later on, either in the same episode or the episode after, it was just like, oh my goodness, knights! And I think maybe the joke is, you could argue the joke is that he's not a traditional knight. That's why it's funny. Yeah. Maybe. But to me, it just comes off as now we're subservient because the man is here, and it's just like, you mean that guy? Really? That one is the like the main one. You're just like, oh my goodness, Knight. Now the one thing is funny. If everyone's thinking that I'm a killjoy and I don't think that these maidens are funny at all and that everything is sexist, the one thing that I find that was hilarious that I think everyone can find is hilarious because it's disgusting no matter how you look. When the I can't remember her name, but the heavier maiden, she was in a ball rolling towards everyone, and her face was just staring, open mouth.
Yeah.
And Vegeta's just like, I wanted to hit. Yeah, I was about to say I wanted to hit that. I wanted to punch her, but I was like, wait a minute, no. I wanted to punch that, but I instinctively dodged because it's creepy or disgusting. And it's like, it is. When someone's rolling at you, like, you think of something like Naruto, you think of, like, Choji. Mm-hmm. Like, he was in a ball. His face wasn't staring at you, open mouth, when he rolled at you. So, like, the fact that she was just rolling, open mouth, staring, I'm like, okay, that's creepy.
I was thinking about when Kid Buu did that, when he rolled himself into a ball, and you have that face coming at you, and he's just constantly attacking you and popping through the ground.
Yeah, no, that's no bueno. Not a fan.
Vegeta's like, oh God, I've seen this before!
Basically. So yeah, I can understand why it's like, okay, that's creepy. So that I laughed at really hard because I'm like, yeah, it's awkward, man. But but yeah, so I have to say though, in general, I do like Universe 2 because I feel like I like seeing other universes because for a bit there, I was even telling you, I was like, does it seem like we're just not showing other people? Like, you know, because it felt like we weren't just showing other universes. Like, you can know that they exist because you saw them in the beginning when they showed everyone, but they were just waiting around somewhere. Like, we didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They had to have been fighting other people, right? Yeah. But it seems like they were actually waiting, I guess, in the rafters. I don't know where the fuck you would wait before. That's the thing. When there wasn't, now that there isn't a level playing field, it's very smart. Everyone can hide. Everything's perfect. When there was a level playing field,
we're hiding behind the tower.
That's what I'm saying. When before Kale destroyed everything, it was just a plain white surface.
Yep.
Not really anywhere you can hide. Apparently a lot larger than I think, though. Like, the ring is fucking huge, apparently.
Yeah.
Like, no, because, like, I sit there and I'm like, oh, the ring's kind of large. And then the way they maneuver in certain episodes, I'm like, is it a continent?
Yeah. And at the very beginning, I think a lot of people did bum rush Goku.
Yes. To be fair, they did. I just can't remember who exactly. But to be fair, yes, people did.
Yeah.
Well, no, but the people who did, I feel like they got eliminated by either Goku or others.
Well, yeah.
Like, rather quickly. So I have to say, because we were talking about, we talked about Roshi with the Mafuba. I really love that the Zenos were like everyone was arguing. Well, that's an item. Yeah, well, motherfucker over there uses that with his energy.
Right.
And literally, they're like, so what do you think? They're like, it was cool, so it's okay. And they're like, okay. Like, I kind of laughed really hard. Like, they're, like, I know, like, you're just feeling very, very upset with them because someone gets exploded, and you're just like, well, because, like, so you're telling me that you're watching the fight as a viewer, and you're just like, none of this is good. All of this is scary. I'm terrified.
Well,
no.
I'm loving the fights. It's just in that inevitable moment when they're like, everyone's gone, and I'm like, oh, crap, here it comes again.
Yes, that's terrifying.
Even the guy that Gohan fought, the last guy from Universe 10, who was fucking awesome, by the way. Like
that, yeah. I didn't see that coming, and but when they focused on like the where Gohan hit him, I was like, oh no, that's a rocket. You told me what you said. Yeah, when he's like, I'm fighting from. Tell the audience. Tell them what you said.
No, I don't wanna. Okay, so yeah, when he was fighting Gohan, and he's like, "Oh, I have an entire universe to protect," and I basically yelled at the screen as Gohan doesn't say anything, and he just keeps on pummeling him. He's like, "Oh yeah, well I have a wife and daughter and a brother and a mother, and to protect." And then the locket falls off, and it has the picture of his wife and kid, and I'm like, you sons of bitches.
But like,
how could you do this to me, show? How could you do this to me?
But that was the moment. Granted, I've had other moments in the show thus far that have been like this, but that was the moment that I was like, okay, so everyone's coming back. Like, this show would not. I cannot, like, at this point, I'm 99.9% sure. I've been high, like a high percentage of sure before, but like now I'm at 99.9% because you cannot have a situation where you show that fucking locket and you have them go at the end of everything, all right, guys, take care, just you.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, when Gohan just stands there and kind of looks at it, like, and Piccolo just kind of looks at him like, Gohan, it's time to go. I thought for sure Gohan was going to be, like, maybe not in tears, but, like, just looking at Piccolo like, it's wrong, Piccolo. This isn't right.
I think he's going to say it eventually. Or I feel like Gohan might be the one to bring it up. Like, Goku might be like, I wish they could be brought back. And Gohan might be like, no, really, king of all, can we? Yeah. Or Zeno,
can we? Do this to them. Right.
Yeah. I think, I mean, it's not like Goku can't say it or he can't think it, but I feel like there's a chance after seeing that they might give it to Gohan, like just to bring it up. Like, you know, just a quick question. How about no to all this?
Right. And that's the thing that brings me back to the Zenos when they're always so happy and giddy. It's like, oh, you know, this is all fun. Oh, these guys all got eliminated. Time to erase.
Yeah,
and they just have this soulless puppet, beady-eyed look on their faces, and they're like giggling as they fucking do it, and the people just erase. I'm like, sons of bitches!
You know, the erasing is no bueno. That is bad. I am against the erasing. It's just that when they're doing stuff like, man, you know, we kept Roshi in the tournament. I'm like, see, they kept Roshi in the tournament. You're like, I don't care. I hate them. It's like, wait, what? But they actually did something good for us.
I mean, yes, it's good in the moment, but it's always that creeping thought in the back of my head. It's like you're just prolonging it until they're, you know, it's like you're doing this for your own amusement. You don't care whether it gets them erased or not. You just let them live for now because it's like, no, this is fun. This is cool.
I mean, he likes Roshi. They both like Roshi and Roshi. I mean, yes, Roshi, but like Goku and friends. I feel like if there's anyone that they're actually rooting for, it's Goku and friends.
Probably.
It's kind of interesting when it was like, that's Goku's son. And I was like, oh, right, yes, they are best friends with Goku.
Right. And then they're like, oh, is he going to get pummeled? Is he going to get the tar beat out of him?
And I love it because, like, he didn't. And they were like, cool. Yeah. Also, is 17 using a light? Can he use the light and they just do the safe symbol? Like the circle?
Yeah.
I don't know, like their antics make me laugh up until, of course, the reminder that, you know, they take somewhat of a joy, or at least they don't necessarily show pain when they say, well, that universe is gone.
Right.
So I think it'll start to hit me more again when more universes get eliminated, because we only had one eliminated in these last 5 episodes. The rest have been them helping out the Z Fighters.
Right. Well, because Universe 9 got erased, and now 10 got erased.
Oh, so it was 2.
No, 9. 9 and 10.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you're talking about...
Yeah, it was two universes, yes. Sorry.
In general,
I thought you meant
but not...
Universe 2. Yeah, I'm like, no, wait, those are the magical girls.
Yeah, no, Universe 9 and 10 have been erased. Stop it! 9 and 10 have been erased, but not in these last 5 episodes, only one universe.
Right, yeah.
That's what I was getting at. Like, if they erased like 3 in a span of episodes that we did, and then they're like, yay, then I'll be like feeling what you're feeling, because it's, you know, all that lumped together. But because it happened once, I'm like, that sucks, but they helped out 17 and Roshi, so I'm in a weird place.
Yeah.
Also, just we can't see what just happened. Oh, I gave you a playback function. And I'm like, God damn it, that's funny.
Right. Ogumi, that's his name. Yeah, the guy from Universe 10. And his power was really cool, too. Like, that was so cool. Like, because it looked like after images, but each was like a different tinted color, and it's like he's spreading out his energy so you can't sense exactly where he is. And it basically just turns into, you know, Gohan like, well, I'm going to have to wait until I can tell which one that is. And that's when he hits me.
That was a straight-up JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fight. I'm sorry. After doing part 1 and part 2 on Anna Saturday, that was straight-up JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fight. Just the fact that, you know what it is? It's the multicolors, the fact that it wasn't – not that you can't punch things in DBZ, but I feel like, at a certain point, like when I think of DBZ fights, or I mean not necessarily Super, but just DBZ fights, I think of, a bunch of like people punching each other really fast, and then both of them not obviously doing instant transmission, but moving really quickly to another corner of the screen and then punching each other really fast, and then potentially hitting each other with energy beams, whatever. But like it was none of that. It was just, I'm going to take the hit just so that I can hit you back harder. Like it felt like a plan that Joseph created.
Like funny. I mean, it's coming from Gohan too. It's like, yes, of course he's smarter than the average Saiyan, but
yes. No, yeah, that's the thing too.
It's also incredibly risky, and it feels something more like what Goku would do. And it's like, well, it is his son, yes, but Gohan usually, I mean, he can take risks, but this doesn't seem as much of one that he might take.
Well, to be fair, this wasn't a risk. Like, punching hurts, but it was a sure thing once you got punched.
Right.
Gohan
was confident that he could take the hit and outlast Obuni.
Of course. That's the risk, yes. But I feel like Goku would be like, not even like a hit. He'd be like, oh, yeah, that's an energy beam, but if I go through it at this exact moment, it'll only hurt 99% of my body, but then I'll be able to punch him hard enough that his jaw would shatter, as well as the universe around the jaw would shatter.
Or it feels like it feels like what Goku's been doing a lot. Like I know they make the joke like that. It's kind of the idea that 17 and Goku are kind of similar in the sense, and like studying their opponent's movements. But like 17 can study his opponent's movements and not get hit as much, or even when he does get hit, his stamina doesn't really drop because android. Goku does the same thing, and granted, yes, he's at least a demigod at this point, so it's like, stamina's not really going down that much. But, like, he gets hit with stuff, and it's like, I know he's, like, gauging their power and, like, trying, like, when he was up against that other magical girl that was using, kind of like the hard and soft style I think they were talking about. Right. A lot of fast movements, and then one slower one that's kind of irregular or something like that, and he always gets hit in the face by the same one. It's like, Goku, you've seen it enough times at this point. You know you can dodge it. Can you just get out of the way?
That's why it's the whole anime logic thing that I said way earlier.
Yeah.
Because if he dodges it by going to a higher level, he's then draining his strength. So, like, it's easier somehow to endure the punches rather than going up to a level where you can easily take out the opponent. But what I want to say about 17,
watching him getting hit, and I'm like, Goku, I know you can dodge that. Why are you not dodging it? Until he gets to the point where it's like, I've studied your moveset enough. I know exactly how to beat you now.
Yes.
It's like, all right.
I still feel it's funny. Some would say, oh, it's weird that Master Roshi did what he did. But again, when you're up against all these different universes, you can have some universes that don't have, like, Majin Buus and Friezas and Cells, right? So clearly I would argue that Roshi fought against a universe that was relatively chill. Also inexperienced fighters, right?
Yeah.
But 17, I still don't understand how they've taken you never get tired into you can fight against a god. I don't understand it. And I'm going to complain about that until the day that I die. Grandpa, are you okay?
I know.
I just don't get what happened with 17. Does he have dementia? You're standing next to me? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
I can vouch for him.
I can vouch for him. But he's just been talking about 17 and a man named Joseph all day.
I think they both have it. Damn it!
But, no.
Oh, my God.
No, but, like, seriously, right? Like, I just, my God, I don't understand how they've taken 17, and I'm gonna say this again. I know I sound like a broken record, everyone. Sorry. They just take him, and they're like, he never gets tired. And I'm like, yes, which means he can go up against gods. What? Fucking no. What? Like, I love it. Like, it's like he never gets tired, so like obviously, or he can't necessarily quote unquote feel. So like he got bit by by cat being.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's
cat
like,
girl,
I can't.
Cat.
Yeah, he can't feel it. It's hilarious. I was like, you can't feel that shit. Perfect. But
I
it's
thought
just
he was
weird.
gonna say some shit like, I've been bitten by so many animals, like I'm used to it by now.
I think that's kind of what he's alluding to. He's basically like, look, man, I fucking run a zoo, or like I'm on an island.
I
like,
range
you really
a park.
fucking think? Yeah, I'm a park. Right, he's a park ranger. So like all he had to do to catch her was to move the stylus really close in a circle, and he could have just caught her.
Oh my god.
Sorry for that Pokemon Ranger joke. I'm so sorry. But yeah, thank you. But like seriously though, he's a park ranger, and like apparently in the fucking world's most exotic, deadly.
Yep.
No,
it's
I love
Dragon
it.
Ball. What else would it be?
No, but like the dinosaurs were shit after a while. Dinosaurs were nothing.
True.
Like for some reason he's fighting like I feel like people just drop like alien animals.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, like, sorry, we dropped our alien animal, and it has a power level of, like, 79 million. Bazillion, yeah.
And it's the only one left of its kind. Can you please protect it? Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Gene, could you back the fuck up
there
for a second?
No, because I sit there, and I'm like, wait a minute. Because look at this, right? If 17 can fight Goku at this level, Am I supposed to believe that if 18 had continued her training, that 17 and 18 could have went up against like Goku Black or Dark Goku? Like really?
Oh God.
No, but that's the thing. Like, would they have just taken over the universe until like Dark Goku showed up? Like, hey, I'm from a different universe. I'm gonna kill you guys. And they're like, like I don't know. Like it's just really silly to me that
I feel like with the android, it's
Mm-hmm.
going to be. Like for 17 and 18, like it's going to be because it's weird. I know Goku still went blue when he sparred against 17 on Earth, so it's kind of like what's it going to take? But I feel like if you hit either of them with one really big thing, like say if Goku went blue with Kaioken and did a Kamehameha wave, I think that would be enough to be like I can't exactly block that and would knock them out.
Yes. Well, I mean, 18 is obviously a lot weaker than 17.
Which pisses me off, too, but, yeah. I mean, yeah, she didn't keep up her training, but still.
Well, you know what it is? I have no problem with her being weaker than 17 because she didn't keep up her training. My whole thing is the gap is way too fucking large. 17, who have you been training with?
Right. You can't tell me that, Space Bison has been beating you as hard as, Goku as a god would.
Exactly. But I understand the fact that he doesn't get tired, which I think is a great thing to, like it's smart to bring out 17 and 18 in a fight where you don't get tired. Like, that's beautiful.
Right, endurance
like Roshi,
an important
arguably Roshi's issue is that he keeps on getting tired. Yes, obviously after, a long fought battle, but like, say he took out 3 people, but like still, it hurts. You get tired after a while. So,
definitely.
So to have 17 never get tired, I think that alone was good. I don't know why he had to get such a huge spike in energy and not really explain to us why.
Right.
Like, literally there's no explanation why he's that much stronger, which I think is very confusing. Which I know I've already said, but like we really have to put it out there that like, literally that guy was so strong that Goku was like, "Wow, so you were holding back on the island? What the fuck do you mean holding back?"
Yeah.
So that's why I'm bringing it up again. Like, what the fuck do you mean holding back on the island? What the fuck?
I will say I do love the fact that 17 probably my favorite part of these episodes, I'm not going to lie, was 17 throwing the energy ball as the magical girls were transforming. And they come down and walk in front of him like, what the fuck? We were transforming, asshole! And he's like,
even Goku is like, come on,
oh,
man.
Yeah. No, fucking Topo runs over and like, you fiend! You can't interfere with, like, I thought we were fucking looking at Armstrong for a second, like, you must let them transform and take their most beautiful form! It's like, Topo, will you calm the fuck down for a second?
No,
and
but
then even Goku walks over, like, dude, we gotta let them power up, and 17's like, he doesn't even say anything. He's just like, fine. God, no skin off my bones, Goku. Don't come crying to me if they kick your ass, though.
But, like, armored troopers, of course, they're going to be the fuckers. They're going to be like, are you saying that they can't do poses and transform? How fucking dare you?
Right, yeah. Oh, God, it was hilarious.
I love
all of them, I mean, all of them share that trope. It's like even Dragon Ball does that all the time. It's like, he's screaming and his power is increasing. We should probably stop that. No, we have to wait until he's done. Oh,
another thing that's me complaining about people walking off, right? I completely am okay with like a fight taking really like being really quick. Like an actual fight, like two people punching each other, actually, being quicker than it is to you and I, the viewer. Like it's slowed down for us. But with all the amounts of talking going on in the episode, it's crazy how every 24-minute episode takes like 5 to 10 minutes or less. And I'm like, there was a decent amount of actual talking.
Right.
In this, like, unless you're telling me that everyone, it was just like, come on, you can't really transform. You have to let him transform. All right, fine, I'll let him transform. Come on. Like, it's not like everyone talks like that.
Time flows differently in their universe.
Right? But, oh, God, it was just, yeah. But anyway, letting them transform was hilarious. I thought you were going to be more upset than you were, but, like, it was just a funny gag, so I know that.
Oh, yeah, no, that was great. Like, and the fact that 17 actually shot them, I'm like, you know what, 17? Like, I'm going to pat you on the back for that one. Like, good job. And then everyone else is like, no! He's like, you do realize we're in a tournament. We know! We want to fight! All right, fine.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't wait for 17 and 18 to team up. I thought they were, like, they keep on teasing it, and I'm like, you guys,
they did a little
suck.
bit, but, I mean, they're also... Like 17 is basically one of those fighters in their crowd that's like, nah, I can take this by myself. Like he's one of the guys. Like he's one of the ones that's like, no, I'm too prideful to work with anyone else.
No, but they're going to have to do it eventually.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going to have to do it. I love that 18 even walks over when the Beast Magical Girl kind of like sends 17 flying through rocks, and she walks over like, you need a hand? He's like, no, I got it. Just fooling around, that's all. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, no, it's
going to...
Like,
okay.
Yeah, no.
And she just
it's going to happen.
Away.
Yeah, no, it's going to happen. Like, I cannot wait. Like, I know, like, I'm getting charged up here, getting a little energized.
Oh, yeah, no.
Because, like, I want to see them use the moves that they use, not them personally, but, like, they used in History of Trunks for
I know.
good.
Yeah,
for good.
Dude, me, same thing. I want to see them use the combination attacks that we saw in their, kind of evil future.
Yes.
Past
no, I love it. You're breaking down so much. Like, you're so excited. You're like, no, me. I also agree.
Yeah.
You're like, same me. And I'm like, yes, Tristan. We both are just, grammar is just oh, my God. It's funny. Matt, are you on a podcast right now where you have to talk about? I do, and I cannot grammar. I cannot sentence. I
cannot articulate my sentences.
Exactly. That times 10. Can't articulate times 10.
Me.
10. No, but yeah, I cannot wait for that, and I thought they were going to do it, but no, they're really waiting on. Like, I don't know how long this arc is going to last, but it's one of those weird situations where I can see that they're trying to like move through things rather quickly, but also save some things, because like I have to imagine that they're not going to eliminate 17 or 18 before they can do a combo attack. That would be crazy, you know?
Yeah.
So I imagine that they're going to keep them around, and they clearly have, because 18 isn't really doing much She's also hiding. I think she's the biggest letdown recently because like she had her time with Krillin, which was okay, and then after that, they kind of just left.
Yeah.
And that was weird, you know?
Right.
Yeah. But I was gonna say before we kind of wrap some things up, I want to mention that one small little thing because like I feel really weird that over the past because we're doing like 5 episodes, they just really focused on women having like love beams or rays or stuff like that. Like, isn't that a little weird? Where like the love thing was funny, where it was kind of like, oh yes, like the love beam, and Frieza's like, that's stupid. And I was like, that's funny. Because, of course, Frieza's anti-love because it's Frieza.
Yeah.
And, of course, everyone else isn't going to get hit with the love beam thing because it's like, oh, no, they're all, like they didn't just stick to Frieza. They're like, everyone else also trains and they don't care about love. Like, they don't really care other than, like, even Roshi was like, no, I'm good. And I was like, good for you, Roshi. But then later on it was like, and I'm seducing you. And granted, that universe, it makes sense, because they're the ones that are trying to trick people. They're not necessarily strong. They're just trying to. Yeah. They're all deceitful. But like I don't know, it was just weird to like pair them up that close to each other. Where it's like I'm a woman who is trying to use my seductive powers to, deceive you. And then yes, she's a magical girl, but she's like, I have a love ray that's going to make all of you fall in love with me. Like I know that they make sense in context. It's just I don't know. It was weird to put them that close together. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Also, because
I think we need more of 18 saying, I'm going to obliterate you.
Exactly.
That's what we're used to. So
yes.
Or at least
and also,
I am.
Used to like
I know you've seen
that.
a few other series, but...
And I also think another reason why I'm saying this is because we're watching them in a batch, right? So we're watching them to record them. So if it was on a weekly basis, it might not seem as bunched up together.
Right.
But to me it felt like it was just a bit too much all in one. But yeah, I think thus far, I really enjoyed Gohan's fights. Piccolo, I don't know what they're doing with Piccolo. He's not bad at what he's doing. It's just like he's definitely helping out Gohan when needed, but it feels a little awkward, especially even the way they animate him. I feel like his animation looks weird.
I know you would mention that to me.
Did you notice it? Yeah, did you notice it after I mentioned it to you?
Now that you mention it, like there was 1 or 2 instances where something looked weird to me, but like beforehand I didn't really think about it too hard. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like not like they don't know how to draw him or anything. That's like too much. Right,
but like there's definitely some instances where I'm like, why does he look that way? That's weird.
Right.
That's a weird in between for Piccolo. And also I don't know what their fascination.
I was happy he got a Hellzone grenade though.
Yes.
That was great.
Yeah, and I don't know what's their fascination with him, at least in episode 106, with blowing off his arms. I don't know if they thought it was funny.
Because those can regenerate.
Well, no, but I think it was funny because after, and I know it's like, no, Matt, that's horrifying. It's like, yeah, but
it's like
it kept on
happening. That's the 3rd time.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like the first time it was like, oh no. Then all of a sudden it's like, Piccolo, both your arms. It's like, are you trying to make a bridge fodder? What are you doing?
Oh, God. I mean, he basically, like, it lowers his stamina, too, having to do that. It takes a lot of energy out of him. But at the same time, it's like, oh, God, like, stop. Stop blowing his arms off, for God's sake.
But I have to say, that's the funny thing, too. It's like, oh, no, they're blowing off my arms. Well, maybe if you didn't have arms, then it would just blow past where your arm would be.
Right. He rips off all of his arms.
No, because seeing Piccolo move, he never held on to something during any of that he needed arms.
Oh, jeez.
No, think about it. He didn't use a special beam cannon. He didn't blow anyone up. He was just running around.
Yeah.
Like, after the first moment when he used his arms to see what the fuck was going on with that dude, after that it was like, wait, you're not using your arms. Maybe just don't regenerate them right now. Why do you need your arms? Well, because I need... Oh, God, they blow up again. You see what I'm saying, Piccolo? Stop it with the arms. Apparently your arms are just blowing up. But
the last thing that I wanted to say was I was happy we finally got to see Hit do his thing.
Yes, right, of course, right. Goku and Hit teamed up, which I think we should briefly mention. I mean, come the fuck on. That wasn't. You know, I thought that was going to be another fake out, like with the Roshi thing or with Goku dying by Hit. That was going to be a fake out. But then they showed it in the second half, and I was like, oh wow, you're dedicating a lot more time to this than I thought you would. So I was very happy about that. Like I thought they weren't. I thought it was going to happen in the last like 2 minutes of the episode because like half the episode goes by and Hit's just getting beaten up, and I'm like, great. They're just going to wait.
Yeah, that felt like it's funny. It's like it figures somebody has to have a power that would kind of not trump, but like get the better of Hit's time stop. I'm like, all right, he can with his ears and his dice bow. Yeah, with his, you know, he's basically almost. I'm assuming he's as fast or faster than light, or at least sound.
Yes, that's what they said. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I like
he can actually hear his muscles move. That I thought that was really interesting. That he's like, you know how I can tell you're going to use time stop? How? I can hear your muscles. I can hear your body tense up as you're about to do it. I'm like, oh shit. Okay,
no, I liked it.
You know what? That's legit. I'm gonna give you that.
Yeah, I like that because it's kind of like a Roshi thing, where it's like my experience. It's not that I'm better than you. You time stop me. I can't reverse that.
Right.
But I can. But because of my skills that I have honed, I know when you're about to use it, so I can stop you before you're about to use it. Because if Hit gets it off, it's like, well, I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm done. I can't fight the time stop. Yeah. But if I know it's coming, then I can stop it. Very much like, see that. I know to some people it sounds too much like anime bullshit, but to me that I think I like that better than, you know, just being like I know I'm stronger. Like I like the different kinds of, you know, in the past few episodes I've said that Toriyama, or at the very least, if not Toriyama, this this arc of Super has gotten very much like Tite Kubo, where like people are just getting random powers and random characteristics. But I have to say that I'm happy that with the amount of characters that they introduce, that they're complementing or going up against each other very well.
Yeah,
and
I mean, for me, it kind of feels more like Dragon Ball when they're focusing a little bit more. Well, for some people, they focus a little bit more on their actual abilities than just their power level, and then, of course, other people, it's like, no, they got a huge power boost, and it's like, well, okay.
Right. No, I agree with that 100%. That's why I'm really enjoying this because, you know, some of the negative things about Kubo, as I've mentioned, is like, you know, introducing a bunch of characters, having them have some cool, wacky power, but then having it be trumped by someone else's cool, wacky power.
Right.
So what I like here, and granted, yes, Hit, you can argue his power is wacky, but, like, he's been around for a bit longer now than some of the others, so we've grown to accept it, right?
Yeah.
But, like, the idea is that, like, so Hit's power is just his fucking power, right? And then
he also has his long range punch too.
Yes, and then
the energy
bunny,
punch, which was great that he switches it up, and he's like, which am I going to use, time skip or my assassination punch?
Well, I don't know, Hit. But my point is that I just enjoy that they're showing these characters that, you know, they can. Yes, again, their powers are wacky, but not all of them immediately trump the other one. That's the thing, too, with Tite Kubo. Usually the thing was just like, oh, yeah, well, my power can do this to you. It's like, oh, you didn't know? What do you mean? The power that I've had since birth. But I've never seen this power. Nobody has. And it's a cool power, but you're like, I've never seen this power. And I've been reading this for 10 years.
Yeah.
So, like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, so when you introduce brand new people, give them these powers and have them not only face Goku and the others, but face other people from other universes that we kind of know a little bit more. That becomes very interesting and very cool. And also the fact that a lot of them are heavy parodies, like the Magical Girls, like the Armored Troopers, because, like, when you don't do that and you just kind of do, like, oh, these guys are German. It's like, all right. And they're German, and they're A to Z. And every single letter is based on their power. It's like, all right, that's cool, but, like, it's a bit different. Like, when Kubo had the Vizadeds, and one of them was based off of a Kamen Rider, that was cool.
Yeah.
Like, I like that. So, like, here, just making them mostly parodied, I think that's a lot easier, especially because we're not really going to get to know the people from Universe too much.
Right.
You know? So I don't want them to, like, be very serious. and be like, you don't understand my backstory. Like, if we get that, I'm going to be like, no, I don't need to know.
Right.
So I'm happy that, as much as I've said some negative things, and by the way, I love Bleach. So this is not me knocking Kubo. I actually do love Bleach. I really do enjoy, where it went, sort of, and like what happened with it. My whole thing is that there are some flaws, and I thought that Super was picking up those flaws, but thankfully they've been able to iron some of them out and make them work and make them their own. Yeah. So that's my take on these past 5 episodes. Some flaws, but it's getting better. Just some of the flaws, in my opinion, were a bit more glaring than usual, but like still getting better in terms of the fight quality. Giving people, I know we still have our problem with Tien, but still giving people opportunity like Roshi. Where like, if you had to choose, I would have chose Roshi if you had to. It's a sick choice, but if you had to choose, which one would get more screen time? Like more of a chance. If we had to choose, I would choose Roshi.
Yeah.
Like that's just my take on it. Because like it makes Roshi seem relevant, and it makes it seem like anyone can be powerful if they keep up their training. Granted, if that's the case, Tien should also be a fucking god, but whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
To be fair.
Because he hasn't stopped training either. Yeah.
At all. Ever.
At all.
It's funny, too, because arguably Roshi stopped training.
Yeah, and so did Krillin. So it's kind of like, I love Krillin, but at
Krillin
the same
got kicked out.
I realized with Tien, it's like, this motherfucker hasn't stopped training. Like, why is he not kicking the most amount of ass?
Yeah, no, that'll give you, actually. Now that you put it that way, that'll give you 100%. Anyway, so I want to thank you all for listening in, as always. Another episode of Anna Saturday, another episode of us talking about Dragon Ball Super. Thankfully, I'm back to almost 100%, if not 100% health, which means that you can actually watch different kinds of podcasts, not just the podcasts that you have on here, but also, although we have put Keikaku Corner on here as well, but our video podcasts like Keikaku Corner. We talk about different anime news throughout the week. You can actually catch that on our YouTube channel, Those Guys on the Radio. Also, we've hit 100 subscribers, which is really cool. So I'm very happy about that. And all on Those Guys on the Radio YouTube channel. And on Those Guys Play YouTube channel, we're still trying to catch up and get to that 100 subscriber count. So if you can, please go there and help us out, watch some of our videos. We currently are doing Those Guys Play Dragon Ball Z, which currently we're focusing on Infinite World, because we've beaten the main story in Budokai. We played 1 episode of Super Dragon Ball Z, not Dragon Ball Z Super, but Super Dragon Ball Z. And we played 1 episode of Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Battle 22. And that's a game we're never going back to, Tristan. And Tristan, you can't make me go back.
You can't make me go back.
No, good point.
You can't make me.
Actually. All right, then I won't. I will never.
Good.
All right. And yeah, so we have that going on. We've also beaten Luigi's Mansion on the show as well. We are currently wrapping up, because again of my illness, currently wrapping up Halloween in July still. But we'll wrap that up before October. And then we'll start the Halloween shit.
Oh, God.
Anyway, it won't be as crazy as Halloween in July. I'm going to do like 30 episodes of that. But yeah, so thank you all so much for listening in. And again, please check us out on our Those Guys Play YouTube channel, or Those Guys on the Radio YouTube channel, or listen to some of our other podcasts here on our Blog Talk Radio, assuming you're listening to us through Blog Talk Radio, blogtalkradio.com/Those Guys on the Radio, or listening to us through iTunes by searching up Those Guys on iTunes and finding all of our podcasts through there as well. Also, you can get some of our merchandise over at our eBay, which is /Those Guys Radio. Or you can get some merchandise over at our main website, which is tgproduction.net/merchandise. That's the name of the website, tgproduction.net/merchandise. And haven't done podcasts in a while, everybody. And also you can help support us through Patreon by searching up TG Productions on Patreon and helping us out through there, and also getting other cool rewards through there as well, depending on what tier you donate to. All right, thank you all so much. Love you guys, and see ya. Say good night, Tristan. Good night. Yeah.
See ya, everybody.
Yeah, see ya.